it's Maggie from Snug and Stitch. I'm going to show you how to make a flower planter pincushion. And so we'll just take this 2.5-inch flower pot and turn it into a little pincushion for my flower pins. These are in a previous post, and I will have a video for those as well. So supplies you need are polyfill. This is a really soft one that I love. Batting scraps. I just have a bunch cut up and terribly cut up. 5-inch square piece of fabric, same size of fusible fleece, and there's a bumpy side to it. This is the fusible side. That's what I'll be ironing to the wrong side of the fabric when we get there. And then thread and a needle. I like a larger embroidery style needle for this thicker thread. It's 8-weight, cotton pearl, and then a pair of scissors. So first up, we're going to fuse the fusible fleece to the back of the fabric. This one doesn't have a wrong side as well, but it's the wrong side. The fusible fleece actually helps as you bundle this up into a little ball and create the pincushion part of it. The fusible fleece helps to give that fabric structure, and as well the pins go into it better, so that's why I like using it. But what we're going to do at this point is, instead of cutting a full circle, I'm just going to round the edges so that it pulls into a ball shape, and I'll do that really quickly here. And with the needle, what we're going to do, and I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but I'll pause and then come back when I'm close to the end. To start, I'm just going to leave a little tail when I pull through. So to start, just take small stitches that will help this gather. And you can see it's already gathering practically on its own. But pull this through, and I'll leave a long enough tail that I can tie a knot, and then I'll just continue these stitches around the whole outside of this piece of fabric. Okay, so I'm almost to the end here, and what I'm going to show you, I did go back and knot this so that it wouldn't pull through, but here at the very end, as you take these stitches, the easiest way to get a full pull all the way through and all the way across a nice gather is actually to come back to the very beginning stitch a little bit past it, and that way you're gathering all the way around easily. So this, you can see it's already starting to gather as I sewed. What you're going to do is just pull this end. You don't need to pull on the knotted one, you're just pulling from the other end and kind of making that bowl shape. And you can just shift the gathering and keep pulling until you get enough of that ball shape. Have a nice little bowl, and then you can start filling it with the polyfill. And I like to get this as stuffed as possible, so make sure, like, if it's not a firm fill, you want to add extra. So, because like this, you can see as I tighten it, it will fill up more, but I can still fit a lot in there. So I will add, that will make it firm for the pins to go into. So I'm going to add some more polyfill to this. Like I said, pack it in. I almost do overflowing and then pull out if I need to, but then I can pull on this to tighten it up. And I feel like I still have room for more. But I'll tighten. So tighten that up as much as possible. I want that other thread popping out here, because that'll be where I knot it. That's pretty good, but I'm going to add a tiny bit more just so I can feel that that's really firm. It kind of opens itself back up easily, so. Okay. Now I feel like I've got that really nice and full. You can see on the top it's just really stuffed. So what I'm going to do is pull this tight, knot it to the original tie. This is the trickiest part, is getting that knot tight. I feel like I got it good and tight. And then one last loop on there. And I will get the needle back on, and I'm actually going to stitch across here a little bit just to secure it, keep the polyfill in a little bit better. I'm back, I got the needle on. And so like I said, I'm going to stitch, I've got it on this side, so take a stitch across and then back. This will kind of help gather it, but also just secure that opening if I leave a little bit of space. So, really just basic stitches. And then I'll do a couple the other direction. Really tightening up that hole. And then I'm just going to knot it into itself on the edge. Now, if I was actually making a nice pincushion where this would be visible, I'd secure that differently, but this is not a big deal. Scissors to cut, and I could just leave those threads hanging because it's going to be hidden. That's the top, so you can see it's really nice and firm. So what we're going to do, you see it's a little big for the opening, but that's perfect. I fill this about halfway with batting, just chunks of batting. Kind of get it flat in there. And then maybe one more piece. And then pop this in. And ta-da! Because this has edges that kind of come back in, it actually holds that in really nicely. There's no need to glue it. Turns out super cute, and it holds, like the pins go in really nicely and it holds them really well. So it's such a fun project, such a cute little gift for your quilting friends or sewing friends. A little cute little flower pot, all done.